You just tuned it in. Global and worldwide. Hitting you on the one with no delay. Because it's the Fighter's Voice. The Fighter's Voice. With your fighting host, Richard Ortiz. And the formidable co-host, Mr. Cole Escobedo. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
Hey, Rich Ortiz here with the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show. I'm here with the son of a legend, PITA JR.GARCIA. I mean, he knows his boxing, has the IQ, has the tenacity of bringing talent into the gym, knows how to work the corner. Enough said, because I can go on and on, man. The fruit does not fall far from the tree, man. And I know you've heard that before.
Yeah, thank you.
So
thank you guys for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure, man. Here in your home right here. I mean, Garcia Boxing Academy, this gym where legends are made, created, and champions and legacy. And the rest goes on, man.
Yep. Got started off today in the morning with Mikey at 10 in the morning, and 12 had another group. Right now at 2, and nothing but future world champs.
And I was telling you, Father, every time we get here, we're going to see Fox Sports, Showtime, HBO back in the day, and the who's who shows up here at the gym, man. How does that make you feel, looking at your father's success and knowing that your grandfather paved the way, man, and now a third generation sitting down in front of me?
Oh man, it's nothing but inspiration. I'm here learning every day. I'm around nothing but legends in the sport. My grandpa, who trained Fernando Vargas, my dad Robert, made them world champs. Now my uncle Mikey, my dad, 11, 12 world champs that he's trained. You know, it's a learning experience every day for me. I'm learning new things every single day, being around them, and it's nothing but motivation.
And you know, you have an eye for talent, man. What do you look for when you look at a fighter? When you bring that recruitment in there, when you see, hey, Dad, there's this young fighter right here. You got to look at his footwork or look at his hands. What inspires you? What catches your eye?
I wouldn't say it's one specific thing. All the fighters that we've been able to bring in all have their own unique skills. You got somebody like Hector Tanajara, who in the amateurs and as a pro right now, just a great boxer, just an all-around, just great boxer, great jab. But then you also have guys that we've brought in, guys like Jonathan Navarro, Genaro Gomez, just power punchers, knocking people out in the amateurs. It just depends. They're different styles, but I don't know. There's just something about them from when I saw them in the amateurs that I said, you know, my dad could work with these guys and develop them into future world champs. But everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly. So how was your career growing up? I know you must have had your share of wars inside the ring. What made you decide to be a trainer and not follow the footsteps of your father, where he originally started as a professional champion, professional fighter?
Yeah, I fought when I was little. I was like 8 years old. I had like 4 or 5 amateur fights.
Yeah.
They kind of, being in our family, everybody kind of learned how to do it.
Right.
My dad wanted me to do a couple fights. I did, but I started playing soccer, football, and just never got back into the gym. But when I was like 15, I was just doing it in the summer. In the summer in between football seasons, and I don't know how it happened. I just grabbed a pair of mitts, started helping with the kids. When I was like 16, 17, I was working with all the amateurs. I would take the amateurs to go fight, and that's how I started. Once I graduated high school, then I was going to college, and then I was helping with the professionals since early, and then kids in the afternoon, and it just happened. I didn't plan it out. I didn't think I would be doing this. It just kind of happened.
And not only that, you've worked professional corners at big events when your dad almost has to multitask.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 fights in one night. I've seen you work the corners. And I saw you at StubHub. This is when I first saw you on that rainy
with
Andy
Eric
fight.
De Leon versus Andy Vincent.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
No, we got so many guys in here that sometimes the team has to split up. Just this past January 26th, we had 3 different locations. We had Chepe, one with Misael to Mexico. My dad was in New York with Josito Lopez, and I went to Houston with Virgil Ortiz. But yeah, it happens a lot with so many guys, so many different promotions, so many different networks that our guys are fighting on, that we get guys that fight the same day. I have to go work one corner, my dad works another, Chepe goes works another. It's just, you know, it's a team. That's how we do it.
And I noticed how the Fighters Hall, they have the utmost respect. I mean, they don't miss a beat. Of course, they want the Hall of Fame's legendary voice in the corner, but it doesn't miss a beat. It continues to go smoothly.
Yeah, no, with me and Chepe being around my dad all day, obviously my dad is the head guy with all the experience and everything, but my dad talks to us before we go out to fights, you know, tells us what to look out for, and he doesn't even have to tell us that though. We're just learning. Me and Chip are learning from him every day. So when we go work corners, we try to make it as simple for the fighter as possible. Try to make not like for them not to be out of their comfort zone without my dad there. They're comfortable with us. They know that we're here with my dad all day learning from him, and everything we do is because we learned it from him. So try to make it as comfortable as you can for the fighters.
Hey, let's talk about how the family business is growing. Garcia Promotions. I mean, it was awesome. It took off. It was a packed house.
Yeah, it was
full of, like Fernando Vargas says, full of beautiful people in there.
Yeah, nothing but hardcore boxing fans. We had I think like 5-6 fights, and since the opening bell, an hour before they opened the door, it was already packed all the way till the last fight.
Entertaining too, man.
Yeah, it was nothing but good fights. So we're hoping the same for our card March 15th in Dallas, and then April 26th here in San Bernardino again.
There you go. And then let's talk to us about Selma. Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy coming to Selma.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's Al, Isidro Ochoa, and Brian Lewis manager handling all that.
Perez.
Yeah, Al Perez. My dad's the one that has more of the information on it. I haven't asked him too much. But from what I know, it's there in Selma, new Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Evan Sanchez, his father, I think is gonna be the head trainer there.
Okay.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be nice.
Exactly, man. So what do you like doing when you're not around the boxing element, man? I mean, what do you like doing on your own? Looking at cars, listening to music, or what do you do that has nothing to do with boxing?
That has nothing to do with boxing.
On your own time.
I watch a lot of basketball. I'm a big Laker fan, so
Lakers?
I watch the Lakers a lot. I watch a lot of MMA.
Okay, I like that.
But
who do you like in MMA? Did you watch Kane last night?
Yeah, we watched Kane last night.
That knee
Unfortunately,
buckle,
we waited. Yeah, that was bad. We waited all day for that. Mikey
Same
was pissed.
here.
We were waiting all day, and then it ends
man.
in 30 seconds.
I
It was
know,
bad.
I know.
But
he didn't take anything clean on the chin. I mean, they had a stoppage because of the pain in the knee.
And
I'm not saying, hey, I'm not one of those that's, how can I say it? That's always sticking up for my fighter, even though he loses or what have you. Yeah, I'm a Cain Velasquez fan, but I didn't see a clean punch land. It was more the pressure on the knee. The knee snapped.
Yeah, it was just that's all it was. It was just an
injury. Not taking anything
but
away from his opponent. He was a beast. He's a monster.
But the ref didn't catch it. He thought he got hit. Yeah. When he went down, he got clipped a few times once he was on the ground, but he was just kind of protecting himself. But you saw he got up. He wasn't hurt.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't hurt. He was just, in terms of a punch, he wasn't wobbled. Exactly. It's just he kept complaining about his knee, so it wasn't any solid punch that did it. I mean, it sucks to see that, but.
Yeah, that's part of the sport, man, because they use every part of their body, man, and this sport kicks are legal. I want to talk to you about, how about Aldo coming in here to train when your dad was training? How did that make you feel, you being an MMA fan?
Oh, that was fun, man. We really got to get to know him. He's one of the most humble guys we've ever had here in the gym. He connected with all the guys. He was bumping all the music that we had here, all the Spanish, all the corridos and stuff. He even walked out for that fight. We flew out to that fight. When he fought Max Holloway the second time.
Holloway's a beast, too, man.
Yeah, Holloway's bad. And we flew out, and when we got there the morning of the fight, and he was actually walking down the elevators when we were walking in, and he's like, hey, come have breakfast. I'm gonna go eat. So we went and had breakfast, and he's like, guess what? I'm walking out with one of you guys' songs. And we're like, what, really? He's like, yeah, I'm walking out with Gente de Zambada. That's a song that he really liked when we were playing. We were playing it here in the gym. He always asked for it, and he walked out to it. He liked it. He liked the atmosphere.
That's cool, man. What fighter made the most impact in your life just by walking in there and you watched him and saying, wow, this guy really is a very nice guy, or I like what he's doing outside of boxing? There has to be one that just comes to mind that just made an impact in your life, a positive impact, a great memory.
Yeah, I remember when I was a lot younger. I was in high school, I think it was, when Margarito first came to the gym to work with my dad.
Yeah.
And I had summer break when he first got here, and I would do everything I could to tell my dad or to tell my mom just to let me go see him train, because I was a big fan of his. His first fight with Miguel Cotto is still one of my favorite fights to watch. I still watch that to this day all the time. And yeah, I don't know why. There was just something about Margarito being at the gym, my dad working with him, that I was excited. I was young. I wasn't helping my dad. I would just ask him or my mom to be able to take me to the gym, and I would just sit there and just watch.
It's okay to be a fan, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I was just a big fan of his, and no one thing that made me a big fan of his, but I just wanted to go see him. I wanted to see him train every day, see him spar and everything, because it was something exciting for me to have my dad working with him.
Well, you know what? Hey, listen, we're a fan of your gym, a fan of what your dad's doing, a fan of all the champions that your dad is creating, fighters, and the life lessons that he's giving them, man, and you taking time out, because I know you're always busy as well, man, and I said that the first time that I saw you here, I said, I'm going to get him on the show, some shape or form, because I don't want him getting lost in the crowd. And in all due respect, you're not, because of the respect you bring to the boxing game, and the who's who in boxing respect your name, not just your father's name, but you respect your ability and what you're offering these fighters, man. How does that make you feel?
It's something I'm proud of, that guys like Abner, my uncle Mikey, Jose, Josecito Lopez, Jose Ramirez, these are guys that have had, in terms of Abner, Josecito, and Jose, they've had world-class trainers before us. Jose Ramirez trained with Freddie Roach. Abner has had various trainers. Josecito came from another gym. Just they've had other voices that have also worked with world champs and stuff. And when I go in there to do mitts with them and stuff, they listen. It surprises me, because they've had all these legendary trainers. And whenever my dad tells me, all right, you go in, do this many rounds of mitts, or do this with the shield or whatever it is, my dad comes and works with somebody else, but it's like they don't skip a beat. They just keep going. They listen, and so it's it's something I'm proud of. Something that still shocks me every time it happens.
You should be proud, man. I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store in here, man. You actually live in here, and you know what? I got a shirt for you, my man. I want you to rock it, man.
Nice,
and just
nice.
Enjoy it, man. Just a small token, man. And we're growing, man. I mean, Rome wasn't built in one day, and trying to get that viewership and trying to get all the listeners and the streamers, and you can catch us on www.youtube/The Fighter's Voice, www.thefightersvoice.com. Subscribe, follow us, hear the rest of this interview here. I know my man's gonna promote the show, man, because you've always been a class act. Every time I see you, you always show class. Isidro Ochoa's always talking about you, and Brian Lua, they're telling me about all the fun stuff that happens behind the scenes. That's a whole different show, though, man.
Those are my boys,
Anything you want to say to all the friends, family members, and everybody that supports you and your father and this whole academy?
No, just thank you guys for all the support. We're busy all year round, but we do it for the fans to make sure that all of our fighters are able to go out there and put on a great show for them, make sure they enjoy the experiences they have whenever they go to the fights. They're never going to get anything less than 100% from our fighters, and that's why we're here working to make sure we put on great performances for the fans.
Hey, you heard it from Junior himself. It's a wrap here. Richard Ortiz here with The Fighter's Voice, kick-ass podcast / The Fighter's Voice knockout radio show. We're simply knocking out the competition. It's a wrap here, Riverside, California. Thumbs up for Richie.
Never down for the count. It's just another wrap. Thanks for listening to The Fighter's Voice radio show. Catch us again next week. Same when, same how. And always stay connected to The Fighter's Voice on social media. So, on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escobedo, our special guests, and the whole crew right here at The Fighter's Voice radio show, saying see ya next week, right here on The Fighter's Voice.